Hey Metal Maniacs, this is Florian from Lesson in Violence from Germany, and you are thrashing it up on the Metal Meltdown on Metal Messiah Radio with Dave Softee.
Alrighty, Metal Maniacs, here we go. Please help me welcome to Metal Messiah Radio. Hailing from Schweinfurt, Bavaria, Germany, here to talk about the band's debut offering, the Thrashfall of Mankind duet, February 18th, 2022, through German label Iron Shield Records. Joining us is thrash metal band Lesson in Violence. We have guitarist and backing vocalist. Please welcome Florian Helbig.
Hello, Dave.
It's great to have you here, Florian. How have you been out there? Welcome to the Metal Meltdown. And we're living in a very strange times, but I got to tell you, I'm loving Thrashfall of Mankind. It's a very strong effort. I'd just like to know how you have been and how this pandemic has affected your band.
Yeah, I guess like all bands in the last 2 years, there was barely a chance to play live shows. So we used the time to work on our songs. So songwriting, recording, editing, and so on, that we could use the time to produce music that we love and that we can say, I'm satisfied with the results.
Yes, this is how it goes. I see there's like a double-edged sword with this pandemic. You have the opportunity to create really great music, but the downside is you can't perform it live. So that's what it is for everyone, really. So let's hope that this thing is over with soon, so you could not just create really great music, but you actually can perform it as well. I must tell you, I'm really impressed with the sound of Lesson in Violence. It's to me, a very Bay Area thrash type of sound, and I believe that's what you were trying to get. And I assume, just by the name of the band, it was influenced by the thrash legends Exodus.
Yeah,
Am I
that's
correct?
right.
Yeah,
That's
makes
right.
sense. Right. It makes sense. So let's learn all we can about your fine young thrashing band. I see Lesson in Violence was born in the summer of 2019. It's great that you have your first full offering out there. And would you be kind enough for us, for me, to inform the listeners out there on who makes up the rest of the band?
Yes, of course. So we have our vocalist, the singer, is called, like me, Florian Negwer. He is, I guess he's 38 or 39 years old. I don't know exactly. And he's doing a great job. Singing quite clean. It's not a grunting voice that he is singing. Is quite clean, but raw and edgy. So I think it fits very good into a thrash metal sound.
I agree.
And we have an awesome guitar player, André Loesch. He's very good, very very tight, very straight. He has great ideas in inventing new riffs or reinventing old riffs. Big part of him in our band. We have our bass player and also backing vocalist Roland Schäfer. He's let me say quite like our mother in the band, because he keeps everything together. He is the one who has the set lists for everyone before we play a show. He's the one that keeps dates in mind, and he is let me say the chief secretary of our band. And then we have the machine on the drums, Matthias Krapp, and we are quite a good crew, and we've known each other for very long before Lesson in Violence.
I see. Well, I appreciate you letting everyone know the names of the band, because you say it so much better than I can. And I got to tell you, I'm very impressed, like I said, about Lesson in Violence and the Thrash of Mankind. Also, what's very impressive is that you already have gotten signed with your first offering, and I want to congratulate you on that with Iron Shield. And I'm really curious on how this all came to be. Was this really an easy task for the band, or was this your best option? I mean, you must have known somebody at Iron Shield, maybe, because it's not easy to get signed this day and age. But congratulations.
Yeah, so I'm very glad that we have Iron Shield working together with us. Iron Shield is run by old school thrash metal legend from Berlin. His name is Thomas Dagel, nicknamed Duck, and he is in the scene for many decades. And I've known him before. I was following him on the internet. I like many bands that were signed with Iron Shield Records, and I just wrote him an email one day. Hello, Mr. Dagel, blah, blah, blah. We are a young band from South Germany. Can I send you some material? And he said, yes, of course. And that's it.
Wow. That's so simple.
I think probably we were hitting his spot that he said, okay, I want to do it with these guys from Schweinfurt in Germany. And
well, congratulations.
We went to Berlin. We talked about some details, had a very, very heavy night of drinking, and then everything was signed.
That's amazing how quickly that came to be. You must have done everything right, obviously.
Yeah, it was also a lot of fun and very, let me say, relieving when you finally get to sign a contract when you know there is you somebody pays for the production, yeah,
Right.
somebody is helping you with distribution, like Pure Steel or Soul Food, and you don't have to do it everything on your own because you don't know anybody. So this is really great opportunity. Even the big magazines in Germany, like Rock Hard or Heavy Metal Hammer, if you send them a promo or an album, if you are unsigned, they will not even listen to it. So
that's sad.
This opens some doors.
May you have a long and prosperous relationship with Iron Shield, and may you have a great future with them. I wish that best for you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, and let's learn about the making of the Thrashfall of Mankind. This is a really kick-ass, straightforward thrash offering. I'd like to know about the making of it. Where was this recorded? What studio? And who was responsible for the mixing, the mastering, and who was responsible for the production?
Yeah. Our guitar player, André, he is also very interested and active in recording and studio work, so mixing, editing, mastering. And his father has a recording studio in his house. So this was very cool that we could do it, let me say, in the family, you know. And his father, André's father, the father from our guitar player, was kind of a mentor for me when I was 19 years old and started a band, started to play in a band with André's father. So he brought me to music, and now I'm in a band with his son, and he's still, let me say, still in the team, because André's father is doing the production, is doing the mixing, is doing the recording for us, and we are glad to have him because he has done really a great job.
So it's all in the family. That's really good.
So it wasn't a professional studio.
No.
It was let me say, homemade. Yeah, of course, with professional equipment, of course, but it was not a studio that anyone can book. Yeah.
That's amazing how we got such a killer sound, though. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Yeah, amazing. And how does your music all come together as far as the melodies and the lyrics? How does that all come to be? Is there anybody in the band that works on one side of it, like writes the music and then someone else writes the lyrics? Or is this something that you all do together? Is there a certain way you do your music? What is the process like?
Okay, we have, let me say, 3 songwriters in the band. So André is a great songwriter, Roland is a great songwriter, and I do write songs, music and lyrics. And sometimes Roland has a song and he plays it to us and we say, yeah, good song, let's take it. And sometimes Roland and I, we meet in my cellar and have an overnight session where we just play, record stuff, re-record stuff, just growing together and creating some cool riffs and build up on that. So it's really a process where you come with just 3 notes, and then Roland adds 3 more notes, and André adds 3 more notes, and then we put it into a kind of shape and try to play it, and then we say, okay, a little bit more here, a bit less here, faster, slower, and then it's done. Yeah, so it's really a process where everybody is involved, but there's always one guy coming with an idea, and then we all together work on the idea.
That's great. You work like a team like that. That's awesome. Thank you for talking about that. And can we talk about the imagery of the CD cover? when I look at it, I'm wondering, is this the band's mascot? And it's very cool, by the way. Could you tell us more about the image and who is responsible for this artwork? And also, could you tell us who designed your band's logo? And is Lesson in Violence going to be known as LIV or spelled out the full way, Lesson in Violence? Because I've noticed both. So I'd like to know what the future means for Lesson in Violence, if you're going to be called LIV or Lesson in Violence.
Okay. The first sketch for the cover artwork was painted by me 1 or 2 years ago. I can't remember it. I had the idea of some kind of creature holding the world and bringing thrash over the whole planet. That's what the basic idea. And so I made a sketch and asked some artists just to paint it for me. And we decided that Wasi Kendedes Art from Indonesia had the best idea to paint it, so he did it. It was just we had a contact to, let me say, 5 or 6 artists found all on the internet, and they all made sketches, and we liked Wasi Kendedes art the most, so he did it, and he did a great job. In the meantime, he had more jobs for us to do, so there will be something for the next year, for the next 2 years already in the making.
That's good news. I've noticed on your page, by the way, on the band's Facebook, you have variations of the album. You have the album cover, but then you have that image, and it says like "Thrash is all you need," or it says "Fuck the virus." It's used for other things as well. I think that's very cool. That's why I was wondering if that image is going to be your mascot.
Yes, and he has a name. Yeah, his name is Sergeant V.
Sergeant V. Thank you for answering that for me.
Perhaps you can remember SOD with Sergeant D.
Oh, Stormtroopers of Death. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Because we like some do you call it Easter eggs or hints to other bands? So there is clearly the link to Exodus, Lesson in Violence, and there's a link to Stormtroopers of Death. That's why we have the abbreviation with LIV. So don't take it too serious. No, it's thrash metal. It has to be fun. Yeah.
I agree with that.
If it looks evil, but it's all about fun. Yeah.
Yes, that's a great attitude. I like that, what you said there, and it makes 1,000,000% sense. And who decided on the, if you want to call it, the font for your name of the band, the logo, if you will call it? And like I mentioned, LIV for short, like you said, SOD for Stormtroopers of Death. Is it going to be a parallel? Lesson in Violence and LIV?
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's I don't care if you say LIV or say Lesson in Violence. It's some kind of search engine optimization that, because there are other bands that are called Lesson in Violence, yeah, and we put a stamp. We plan to put a stamp with LIV on every image, so that we can also be found when you search for LIV in the future. But so, that's not a big deal. Just an easy way to help people find us in the internet.
I got you. So basically, hashtag LIV is the way to go. Very
Somewhere
good.
In the future.
Okay, good.
The whole logo, the font, Lesson in Violence, was created by my cousin's wife. She is also a great artist, and we sat together with her and said, hey, we need something, could you help us? And then we made some sketches all together, and then she came up with the Lesson in Violence logo, and we said, hey, it looks great, amazing, thank you very much.
It looks awesome. She did a great job in selecting that. Looks really great. And let's spend some time talking about merch, because as we said, I don't know if you have shows lining up, but we'll talk about that soon. But I think what the fans need to know is on how they could support Lesson in Violence, and that would be on getting the CD and maybe some other merch that you may have available. So I want to give some links. Of course, I want to give your homepage. That is lessoninviolence.com. And I also want to give your Facebook, Lesson in Violence Band Official on Facebook. And that's the same on Instagram as well, Lesson in Violence Band Official. I would imagine the best place to get the music would be at your homepage, lessoninviolence.com. Do you also have a Bandcamp page?
We will have a Bandcamp page, yeah?
Oh, okay, good.
Within the next days. And we will have some additional merchandise. We will have two new kinds of shirts, yeah?
Excellent.
Let me say a new neutral Lesson in Violence shirt and some Thrashfall of Mankind related shirt. And so you can also buy bundles or packages when you say, okay, CD and shirt together, of course, and then it's €5 or $5 cheaper. Then nothing special. Like every band, we have shirts and CDs, and that's it. Okay, you can have a patch, and that's it. Not much, but it's enough.
It's great. I'm glad you spent time talking about that. I saw the LIV patch. Awesome. It's great to have that. And so I wish you the best in that. And when you have the Bandcamp ready and launched, please let me know, and I'll spread the word on that, and then I'll start sharing it as well. And thank you for that. And now I notice you do have some shows coming up, and it looks like it's when the weather gets better as well. And that's probably the best time to start doing shows, because in the winter months with the cold weather, sometimes it's not the best with what's going on in the world to be out there, because they're not really letting you do shows, really. Basically, that's the reason why. So let's spend time talking about what shows you have coming up in the near future, if you'd like to do that.
Yes, of course. We all hope that the Metal Franconia Festival is going to take place. It's in the beginning of April. Let me say they start the festival season in Germany, and it's now I think it's the 10th time now this year that it takes place, and it's with about, let me guess, about 3 or up to 5,000 guests. So you can reach quite a lot of people there, and you have also bigger bands playing there, from other countries. So it's quite international, and I think we have Stone Sour as headliner on this evening. I don't know exactly. I've got to look it up. But I'm really looking forward to the Metal Franconia Festival. Yeah, it's gonna be a great place to play.
I'm sure it's going to go. It's going to work out. I have a strong feeling about this in April. I think things are going to be a lot better than they are now, but, we have to live with this thing on a daily basis. Let's see what happens. I just wish you the best with that.
Yeah, thank you very much. So then in summer, there's the birthday mosh pit. It's basically the birthday party of our drummer. Yeah, and he makes a real big birthday party with 5 of his friends every year, where there's a professional stage built up with everything you need, and there are about 400 or 500 private guests, and everything is for free, and this is just really fun to play there. It's only a private session.
I got you. Nice.
So then we have the Lessons in Metal Part 2 in Schweinfurt, in our hometown, in a great venue called Stadtbahnhof. It's a very traditional location for heavy metal and punk rock concerts, and we do there an evening with 3 other bands, Godslave, Reactory, and Hateful Agony, from Munich, from Saarbrücken, and from Berlin. So this is gonna be an awesome thrash metal night, and we will be there playing in Cologne and Munich and Berlin in 2023. And then we have in fall a festival called Inferno Meets Porkcore. It's a funny name, where you have thrash metal bands, death metal bands, and even grindcore bands mixed up in some kind of circus. Let me say it like this.
Sounds interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
It is. And then we have Rockverband goes Rock Club Nordbayern. Rockverband is let me say is a club. Let me say like kind of HMC, heavy metal club, that is here in our area, doing concerts, doing youth work, and they connect with other clubs in Bavaria and in the other countries in Germany, and we get to play in North Bavaria, and we get bands from North Bavaria play in our hometown, so we have a living exchange. We make a show for you and you make a show for us, so everybody has 2 shows, you know?
Very exciting.
Yeah, and that's it for the moment. We had more offers for live shows, but they couldn't take place because of the virus. Yeah, so
that's what. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. That's the downside of the virus. But yeah. I hope that by the time you have these shows, everything will be in a better situation for you. I hope that these shows don't get canceled on you. Is basically what I'm saying.
We had the possibility to sign the shows and then publish the dates and the venues and then take it back because it's cancelled or because it's you're only allowed with a special amount of guests. So we didn't want to make that. So always take back what you publish. So we said no, we gotta wait, concentrate on the album, and that's the stuff to do right now, we said. So now the album is done, so we can concentrate on realizing shows, and I hope that the situation will be better.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so. It's pretty, yeah, exactly. It's pretty much the same here in the States. In a recent interview I've done, they're doing live shows, the band that I was talking to, but the shows are limited to 50 people, which is disappointing for them. They're usually, let's say, doing 2,000 people. But hey, it's like a take it or leave it. If you want to do shows, that's what you have to do. Otherwise, just wait on doing shows and just create more music, videos, or what have you, you know? So that's just the way it is all around the world, not just in your situation. Let's hope it all gets better. And speaking of videos, in preparation for our interview, I was checking out Lesson in Violence for videos. I checked it out on YouTube. I looked at Iron Shield page, and I looked at Pure Steel and Lesson in Violence. I saw the Thrash Metal Mankind 2019 pre-production video. I was looking for some lyric videos or official music videos. Maybe they're up there now, but I didn't notice them at the time. I don't know if they are there. That's why I want to ask you, is there a plan for videos in the future, or are there any out there at the moment?
No, there is a plan, of course. So let me tell you what we did last year. We had to deliver the sounds by December 31st for the for Iron Shield Records. So we had a bit time pressure in the last weeks. So we concentrated absolutely on recording, mixing, mastering, and did not think about videos or something else. But now we have the time to do it. So
right, makes sense.
Now we are about André is taking care of the video thing.
Well, I appreciate you letting us know that. Sometimes they're out there and I don't notice them, and that's why I asked the question, but you explained it perfectly. And it's totally understandable. The most important thing was for you to get this music out there being signed, and that is so respected. And you just let me know, when you have videos available, shoot me a message and I'll start sharing it. How about that?
Yeah, we have some live videos online.
Right.
I can send you some link later.
Sure. And do you like to talk about your gear Are you like a gearhead? Do you like to talk about your guitars? If you do, we'd love to hear you talk about it. Yeah, some people do, some people don't. It's a personal thing.
I love talking about my guitars, and André also loves talking about his guitars, and Roland loves talking about his bass guitars. So yeah, why not? I'm quite a big Jackson fan. I like Jackson, not for a special reason. It's just some people prefer Mercedes over Audi. Yeah? Both build good cars, but it's a matter of taste, I think. Yeah, and I have quite a good collection of Jackson guitars, also from the USA custom shop and the USA series that are quite expensive. Also not everyone buys these, but I'm always searching on eBay, on the internet, for hidden treasures, and sometimes you find a treasure. And I found one once, and I'm very glad that I could buy such a unique piece of musical instrument, and I play it in the studio because it is fantastic, has fantastic sound and sustain, and everything is different with this special guitar I have. It's a Jackson Kelly with a custom painting, and just the best from the best. And I bought it. I think it was a drug addict that had to sell it out of personal reasons. So I was lucky.
Lucky for you. Lucky for you. As we're doing the interview, I see on the wall behind you, you have a collection of, I think, 4 guitars, and each look very handsome.
Yeah, that's my beautiful ladies. I love them all, and I have them all here on my wall in my recording room at home. Some are in the practice room, some are upstairs, but the 2 or 3 or 4 guitars I play most of the time are here in my room, where I do my songwriting and my recording.
Excellent. Of those guitars, which is the one you use mostly?
You can see them behind me. Mostly I use the white one on the left.
I see. Okay.
I played in the studio, and the other 2, the blue ones, are for practicing room and for live gigs, because they really have some details that are really. Do you say eye catcher?
I see. Yeah. I see. That's a Flying V. I don't know what you call the other one, but I think the banner has that guitar on it, and that looks really outstanding as well.
No, actually, it's not a Flying V. It's a Randy Rhoads.
Oh, okay.
Flying V has the stings have the same length on both sides, and the Randy Rhoads, the upper sting is, the upper wing of the body is longer. So
I see that. Okay.
The guitar, you can play this guitar while standing, and it feels like you're sitting. So from the handling and how the guitar falls when you have it on the belt.
Okay.
It's a matter of balance.
I understand. Wow. Well, thank you for correcting me on that. Beautiful guitars, like I said. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And what do you do when you're not doing the band? I would assume you have a regular day job, or not?
Yeah, we all have regular day jobs.
Yes,
of course, we all have regular day job, because we are Germans. We define ourselves with our work.
Right. Very nice.
I don't know if you have ever seen Where to Invade Next by Michael Moore.
I have not.
Michael Moore is visiting several countries worldwide, of course Germany, and he is for this film in the area where we all live, where we come from, and he's in Nuremberg. It's the northern part of Bavaria where we all live, and he couldn't believe that most of the Germans can make their living by having only one job. So go and watch this film. So then you know what I'm talking about. So
is this the same Michael Moore that's a controversial movie maker and
yes,
is well known to be very controversial, that people either hate him or love him? That guy? Yeah. And what's the name of the film on that?
Where to Invade Next.
Where to Invade Next. I will definitely look into that.
And of course, we have daytime jobs, and we all have families and kids. And I have 2 sons, and André has 2 sons, and Flo has a son and a daughter, and Roland has 2 kids, and Matthias has a daughter. So we all involved in family things like barbecuing and making dad jokes and drinking beer. So this is what I do in my free time, and playing some thrash metal, and that's enough.
And we appreciate that you do this, and I hope that you come out with lots more albums over the course of time. And I'd love to have you back on the show with every new album that you have, that we could talk about that particular album when it comes out. Let's hope you have a very long, successful career.
Thank you very, very much. Really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. I'm really enjoying your music, and I've enjoyed getting to know you. At this time, is there anything that you would like to say to your fans that are tuning in around the world?
Yeah, let me just think a moment about it. Just say make the best out of every situation, with or without COVID. Yeah, we gotta get this through, and it's always time to listen to some thrash metal, because thrash metal always makes you feel better.
It sure does. I'm talking from personal experience. The aggression just changes my world, makes me feel alive. I agree with what you just said there. Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah, I'm really kind of bored listening to usual charts radio music like 70 BPM music, heart rate beats. It bores me. It's so boring. I need 200 BPM ufta, and then I feel good.
I totally can relate to that. Very well said. Yeah, I can't listen to like the latest, what do you call it, pop music or anything like that.
Yeah,
that doesn't do anything for me. So I don't even know what's out there. It's got to be. I mean, I can listen to the classics, classic metal. I can listen to that, but I'm pretty much into underground metal. It doesn't have to be exactly thrash. It could be, have a love for death thrash and for melodic death and various other forms of metal. But yes, thrash is just really special to me. And you nailed it. Keep doing what you do there. And I want to thank you for a great interview, Florian, and the opportunity to get to know you and Lesson in Violence. Before we go, I just want to make sure that we could get the most out of our interview. Is there anything else that you want to add to it that we have yet to discuss? Is there anything else that you'd like to say?
Making the Thrashfall of Mankind was so much fun, and we had so many great songs, and it was really hard for us to decide which of these songs make it on the album. So we have many more in the back. So we have material for many new thrash metal albums in the next years. So be prepared. There is more to come.
We're very happy to hear that. Thank you for letting us know. I'll be looking forward to catching up with you upon your next offering for sure. So hopefully we could do that. And I want to wish best wishes for you in the new year, with you and all of you in Lesson in Violence, and all of your families, your entire circle. I wish you great success, and may all of the shows you have coming up be sellouts, and may you have many more shows lining up, and stay healthy out there. And I just wish you the best, and thank you again for this opportunity. How about we go thrash up some more Lesson in Violence? Crank it up loud. Let's do it.
Thank you very much.